deceive me, now here's a surprise.
1967, the year the world changed, and the music never looked back. It was the summer of love. San Francisco lit up in color, rebellion danced through the streets, and rock became more than music. It became a movement. Guitars got louder, lyrics got deeper, and minds opened like never before. In this video, we'll travel back to that unforgettable summer through 15 legendary songs, tracks that captured the spirit of the time and still echo today. So dust off the vinyl, breathe in the nostalgia, and let's relive the sound of 1967. Light My Fire was the spark that launched the doors into rock legend. Released in 1967, it blended seductive vocals, jazz-influenced solos, and a hypnotic organ riff that became instantly iconic. Jim Morrison's cool intensity met Ray Manzarek's swirling keyboard lines in a track that pushed the boundaries of radio-friendly rock. The album version stretched past 7 minutes, with extended instrumental breaks that defied the 3-minute pop norm. Yet even the radio edit soared to #1. Mysterious, sensual, and rebellious, Light My Fire captured the spirit of the summer of love, where music wasn't just heard, it was felt. The Doors weren't just another band, they were a movement. In a year filled with flower power and free love, the Rolling Stones took things a step further with Let's Spend the Night Together. Bold, brash, and unapologetically suggestive, the song stirred controversy, but also cemented the band's reputation as rock's rebellious force. Driven by pounding piano, a driving rhythm, and Mick Jagger's teasing vocals, the track radiated confidence and defiance. Radio stations hesitated, and TV hosts asked for lyric changes. But the Stones leaned in, not back. Released in early 1967, it marked a shift in tone, from innocent romance to open desire. While others sang of dreams and revolution, the Stones brought it all down to earth with swagger and style. It wasn't subtle, but it was unforgettable. Purple Haze hit the airwaves in 1967 like a bolt of lightning. With its distorted riff, fuzz-drenched solos, and surreal lyrics, Jimi Hendrix redefined what rock guitar could be. It wasn't just a song, it was a statement of pure sonic rebellion. Backed by Noel Redding and Mitch Mitchell, Hendrix fused blues roots with mind-bending experimentation.
While I kiss the sky.
Lines like, "Excuse me while I kiss the sky," became instant psychedelic landmarks. Though it didn't top the US charts, Purple Haze became the anthem of a new era. Wild, bold, and unapologetically electric. In just under 3 minutes, Hendrix changed the sound of rock forever.
I know you deceived me, now here's a surprise.
I Can See for Miles was The Who at their most explosive and precise.
I can see for miles and miles.
Released in late 1967, it combined Keith Moon's chaotic drumming with Pete Townshend's layered guitar work and biting lyrics to create a track that felt both massive and razor-sharp. Townshend called it the best song he'd ever written, and with good reason. The production was dense and aggressive, pushing the limits of what rock could sound like in the studio. Though it didn't chart as high as expected in the UK, it became their biggest US single and remains a towering piece of late 60s rock.
Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love?
When Grace Slick brought Somebody to Love to Jefferson Airplane in 1967, it transformed from a folk tune into a fiery rock anthem. Her commanding vocals cut through the haze of psychedelia with a sense of urgency and defiance. Driven by a pounding rhythm and sharp guitar work, the song challenged the romantic idealism of the time, asking not for peace and flowers, but for real connection in a fractured world. It was raw, emotional, and fiercely alive. As one of the biggest hits of the Summer of Love, Somebody to Love became the voice of San Francisco's counterculture. Bold, direct, and unforgettable, it captured the chaos and yearning of a generation. With its thunderous riff and bluesy bite, Sunshine of Your Love marked a turning point in rock's evolution. Released in late 1967, the song fused psychedelic tones with raw power, setting the stage for hard rock and heavy metal. Jack Bruce's iconic bass line, Eric Clapton's searing guitar, and Ginger Baker's heavy drumming created a sound that was both hypnotic and explosive. The lyrics blended romantic longing with an edge of darkness, reflecting the shifting moods of the era. It was Cream's biggest hit and one of the first songs to bridge the gap between blues and the heavier sound to come. A true classic that burned through the summer of love with grit and distortion. Often seen as a pop band created for TV, the Monkees broke expectations with I'm Not Your Steppin' Stone.
He's trying to make your mark in society.
Released in 1967, this track showed a grittier side of the group, channeling garage rock energy and punk attitude before either had a name. Mickey Dolenz' snarling vocals paired with a driving beat and raw guitar turned a song of romantic defiance into something more rebellious. It wasn't just about love, it was about not being used, not being shaped, not playing along. While critics dismissed them, this song proved the Monkees had edge. Steppin' Stone became an underground favorite and a proto-punk anthem, laying the groundwork for the sounds that would explode in the next decade. Released in 1967, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star was the Byrds' witty response to the rise of manufactured pop idols.
Oh, you want to be a rock and roll star? Then listen now, do what I say.
With jangling guitars and a sharp lyric, it pulled back the curtain on fame, showing the music industry's glossy surface and hidden costs. Roger McGuinn's 12-string riff drives the track, while Hugh Masekela's trumpet adds a surprising flair. The message? Stardom might be fast, but it isn't always fulfilling. In a year obsessed with dreams and revolution, the Byrds offered a clever dose of reality, wrapped in a song that was just as catchy as the stars they were critiquing.
If you're going to San Francisco.
More than just a song, San Francisco became the anthem of the Summer of Love. Written by John Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas and performed by Scott McKenzie, it welcomed thousands to hate Ashbury with its gentle melody and peaceful message. Released in 1967, the track invited listeners to be part of a peaceful movement built on love, unity, and hope for a better world. With its gentle melody and simple, heartfelt lyrics, the song carried a quiet strength that reached far beyond the California coast. San Francisco wasn't rebellious or loud, it was an open door. For many, it was the first song that made the counterculture feel like home. A swirling trip into the subconscious, I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night, helped usher in the American psychedelic sound. Released in late 1966 and charting in early 1967, it featured backwards guitar effects, fuzzed out textures, and a dreamlike atmosphere that captured the weird beauty of the era. The song describes a surreal vision of a lost lover, but the soundscape is what truly defines it: unsettling, hypnotic, and otherworldly. As one of the first psychedelic hits to break into the mainstream, it became a favorite of garage rockers and acid heads alike. Short, strange, and unforgettable, it was a perfect prelude to the musical mind expansion of 1967. Released just before 1967, For What It's Worth became one of the defining protest songs of its time. With its eerie guitar intro and Stephen Still's haunting vocals, it captured the tension in the air as youth movements clashed with authority. Though inspired by a curfew protest on the Sunset Strip, the song's message felt universal, speaking to civil unrest, war, and the changing cultural tide. Lines like, "Stop, children, what's that sound?" echoed far beyond California. It wasn't angry, it was reflective, urgent, and chilling in its calm. In the summer of love, not every anthem was loud. Some, like this one, whispered truths that couldn't be ignored. Released in 1967, Brown Eyed Girl became Van Morrison's breakout hit and one of the most beloved love songs in rock history. With its breezy rhythm, nostalgic lyrics, and instantly catchy sha-la-la chorus, it captured the joy and heartbreak of young romance. Though surrounded by psychedelia that year, this track stood out with its simplicity and warmth. It wasn't about tripping out or protesting, it was about remembering someone special long after the summer had passed. Even Morrison didn't expect it to be a hit, but decades later it still plays like a perfect memory, familiar, timeless, and full of heart. Ethereal, poetic, and unlike anything else on the airwaves in 1967, A Whiter Shade of Pale became an instant classic. Built around a haunting organ line inspired by Bach, the song blended Baroque elegance with surreal, dreamlike lyrics. Gary Brooker's soulful vocals and Matthew Fisher's melancholy keys gave the track a timeless, drifting quality. No one quite knew what the lyrics meant, but that only added to its mystique. It felt like a faded memory, half-remembered and deeply emotional. As one of the year's biggest international hits, the song captured a different side of the summer of love. Not wild or defiant, but introspective and hauntingly beautiful. It was rock turned into cathedral music for the psychedelic age.
Emily tries but misunderstands.
Released in 1967, See Emily Play was Pink Floyd's first major single and a defining track of British psychedelia. Written by Syd Barrett, the song blended whimsical lyrics with experimental studio effects, backward tapes, echo, and pitch shifts. It tells a dreamlike story of a girl named Emily, floating through a world of imagination and illusion. Short, surreal, and packed with sonic surprises, it stood out in the psychedelic landscape. Though brief in length and chart life, it left a lasting impact, marking the beginning of Pink Floyd's journey into the strange and the sublime.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Closing out Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, A Day in the Life is one of the Beatles' most ambitious and haunting tracks. With Lennon's dreamy verses and McCartney's upbeat middle section, the song paints a surreal portrait of everyday life turned strange.
Woke up, fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head.
Backed by a swelling orchestra and ending with a legendary final chord that echoes into silence, it pushed rock into cinematic territory. It wasn't just a song, it was a sonic experience. Released in 1967, it captured the disillusionment behind the era's idealism. Mysterious, majestic, and deeply human, A Day in the Life closed the summer of love on a chilling, unforgettable note.
If you come to San Francisco.
The summer of love may have faded into the past, but these songs still burn bright, reminding us of a time when rock music dared to dream bigger. From the psychedelic to the powerful, these tracks were more than hits. They were the heartbeat of a revolution. Which one takes you back or makes you wish you were there? Leave a comment, hit subscribe, and let's keep spinning the records that made history, because here, the music never stops.